So with the NBA Summer League coming to a close, it really got me thinking, who has the best young core in the NBA? Let's get into it. So after watching the Summer League and thinking about some of the talent and players that have been drafted lately, I came to the conclusion that the Houston Rockets have the best young core in the NBA. And let me tell you why. To start off, let's just talk about the player that they just drafted, Sheppard. In the Summer League, he was coming off averaging 20 points, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds. Phenomenal start to the Summer League. He was showcasing all his prowess and talent, and he was just showing us how good of a scorer he can actually be. And I was someone who was really not that high on him. I didn't think he was a good pickup for Houston because they already have so many guards, but he's proving himself. Now, speaking of the guards, let's really get into the guard play. They have certain guards like Amen Thompson, who they just drafted last year, who he showed a lot of talent in his rookie year. Not to mention he's really athletic. He showed his defensive prowess for them. And he's just going to develop to be an all-around player. He has vision, and I think his offensive game is really going to come along in these later years. The next player I want to talk about is Cam Whitmore, how he's a dynamic scorer, and I think he's a really special talent, and he's a diamond in the rough in his draft. In his rookie year, we just saw certain showings and outbursts of his real talent, and we also saw it showcased all through Summer League where he was just balling out, so he's another coming up player that the Houston Rockets have. Now for their last major guard, I gotta give you boys a warning. There is a glaze warning implemented, alright? Skip probably 30 seconds or so after this if you don't want to hear it. But I am about to shamelessly glaze, alright? You've been warned. It's absolutely astonishing the way that this man Jaylen Green is able to get to the bucket. The way that he really just aimlessly breaks down his defender just for the pull-up J just to turn around for the absolute disrespect. Like, I can't understand. I can't break down the absolute joy that I get from watching his highlights. Like I can't even put into words the feeling that his highlights give me. So let me show you a clip that'll show you how I feel watching Jaylen Green highlights.
Gone. That's good. You're so very good.
That's on me. That's my bad. I don't know what just took over me. Let's get back to the video. So moving more to their small forwards and big men positions, they still have someone who's very young in Tari Eason, who he's pretty promising. He's a 3-and-D type player, but, you know, he's not outstanding compared to these other two I'm about to bring up. Jabari Smith Jr. I think Jabari Smith Jr. has a really high ceiling and a really high floor. So no matter what, he's going to at worst be a solid player in my opinion. During this last season, he averaged numbers of 13 points, 8 rebounds, and only 1 assist. But we do have to mention his 3-point percentage. His 3-point percentage jumped from last year being 30% up to 36% this year. So he's only getting better. And I think next year we could see his points jump up to 15 to 16 points per game as we just progressively see him get even better. Now let's talk about the absolute gem that the Houston Rockets have. Alperen Sengun. He is the star player for this team, and I could easily see him making an all-star in 2 to 3 years' time. Everyone does say this, but it is low-key true. A lot of people see shades of someone like Nikola Jokic or Domantas Sabonis in his game. The way he's able to post up and get into his bag work, the way he's able to pass out of the post. He has insane vision for his position. And every year so far that Sengun has been in the league, he makes a significant jump. From his first year, he averaged 9 points, to his second year averaging 14, to this most current year, he averaged 21 points per game. Now to put this in perspective, Nikola Jokic in his third year in the league, he was averaging 18 points, 10 rebounds, and 6 assists. Now in comparison, Sengun is averaging 21 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 assists. Very similar numbers. Now the only problem that I can see the Houston Rockets running into is they have too much young talent. And now with the new apron and just, you know, how teams accumulatively work, they're gonna have to get rid of some talent. But again, that's one of the best problems to have in the league, that your team has too much talent. And this next point I'm about to bring up doesn't really have to do anything with their young core now, but their future young core. The Houston Rockets have a lot of future picks. So with all these picks, and they're going to have just too many players for them to pay, they're going to have to make some type of move in the future, which also puts them in position to go out and get some type of star player to add to their team. So as I mentioned, the lights are bright in Houston. The future is very, very bright for this squad. And that's why I declare this team the best young core in the NBA. Like and subscribe, guys. I'm so proud of the community. We're building slowly, but we're still building. NBA Sphinx, out.